Hey everyone. This is my first time trying to stream through Restream to go to both Twitch and YouTube. So it looks like it's working on YouTube. And it looks like it's working on Twitch. So that's good. I'm going to be streaming, I guess in about 5 or 10 minutes, once Apex actually opens, I'm going to be streaming Tristan's match against Spartacus. Tristan's here again, co-casting of course.
Let's go! One and done, baby!
So, he'll be playing on his familiar iPad so that he's not messed up by my whole streaming setup here, so I'll be streaming the interface in Apex on my PC, so it'll be like a replay. So we might get some Tristan commentary that is like 2 seconds early. Alright, I will take this opportunity to invite people, since the match hasn't started yet.
Look at that.
Oh, nice. Oh, well, we know that works.
Well, people in my clan are making last-minute changes to their whole box 5 minutes before the playoffs start.
Hopefully they got some good scrims in.
So I played 2 matches this week against Lord Gelmet and Mr. Take It Easy, and they both beat me. So we're not off to a good start.
Small in the YouTube chat says, $1 on Spartacus.
Ah.
I guess I might as well do some super entertaining
Oh, look, someone's
gold
saying it's
teleporting.
discriminate.
Oh, Spartacus is in Cecil 41's guild.
Oh, Leo Smart, he's a good player.
Leo Smart is a strategist. Of course he's a good player. Oh, that is Art Academy Cecil. We're getting all the VIPs in the chat now. Leo, you're in the playoffs, aren't you? Must be getting ready for your own match. So if Tristan wins or loses quickly, I'll find another interesting match to stream as well afterwards. Oh, that's convenient. Russian versus Russian. There are a lot of good matches that I would like to be able to catch, so after the stream at some point I'm going to try to go back and find some replays. 251k, also in Cecil's guild. Tristan, you're just...
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I actually don't like my box anymore. I'm gonna rip it completely apart as soon as I'm eliminated from this. I'm changing almost everyone.
You've been saying that all season, though. Like, you've gone through a lot of existential crises with your box.
Yeah, I really want to go to a rush box. I don't like playing 20-minute matches anymore. I want to go to a very fast-moving, long-leg box. I think I'm just going to get rid of tanks and healers completely.
You have most of the tools to make that work, though, don't you?
It'll take a while. I have a lot of characters I have to get up.
So Tristan v Spartacus in Group B, and then I have a couple clannies that I'd like to keep track of as well. So Johnny versus Catty. I don't know if Johnny's going to be playing his match today. Last I saw, he's my guild leader, and last I saw in the guild chat, he and Mrs. Johnny were taking off to the hospital tonight to welcome miniature Johnny into the world. So...
You mean Langrisser playoffs don't trump the
birth of your child? He'll probably be at bedside playing his playoff match. And then I think we have...
2 minutes.
I forget what group Chung is in.
There.
He's in my group as well. Or in my guild. Oh, Chung versus Will underscore. That's going to be
That's a good one.
an epic match. So if Tristan finishes quickly, we'll switch over to this one, I think. Cecil's in Group O versus Akato. Oh, you have kind of a rough group, Cecil.
Hout is good.
Yeah.
That's my clanny at the top there. Yank.
Yeah, you have a tough group. Good luck.
It's almost a 1 minute warning.
And then, of course, Group N is the ridiculous group with Zelda and the Lord Thy God opening up here.
That's a good match
Dango,
too with Finjar and
Fjerler.
Patrick.
I saw some of Patrick's games in the last weekend of the regular season.
Oh, RNGesus. Let's go.
You're banking on an RNG strategy?
Easter RNGesus. I mean, that's what most matches come down to these days. Oh, here we go. 30 seconds.
Tristan Pro strats with his iPad with the game on it, and then his phone with his chat. Langrisser, job number 2. Yes, that is very true, Frozen Max.
No. Here we go.
It is an important job. Group G. Rope says Group G is pretty rough as well. Let's take a quick look at that while Tristan's loading in. Oh, you're just saying that because you're in there, Rope. You're going to dominate this group.
Nope. Second move, what do we got here? This looks pretty standard.
So Tristan is in. Okay, and we can start watching.
Two tanks. I think I'm gonna go for her first.
You banned Tiny Jessica?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are like a whole minute ahead of this replay.
Yeah.
You'll probably hear Tristan and I talking about things that haven't happened on your screen yet. Well, he doesn't have Illustrial in his box.
Oh, I don't know what to use. Now, who do we really hate? We got 4 healers.
So, banning a healer not a huge priority at this point.
I think I'm gonna ban him.
Yep. Okay. See, for me, well, you know me, I have like 8 first ban candidates. So
I haven't even used her in PvP yet.
Boslin, Reen, and Yulia. I hate to see any of those get out against me.
I would try to put her if I can.
Yeah.
Because then it neutralizes all of that stuff. Plus she's 6 stars. Yeah, look how slow that is. It hasn't even shown anyone deployed yet.
Yeah, no, it just started.
Stressed.
Don't be stressed, you have a good box.
Oh, TJ out. She's got a buff. Those would be the 2 worst characters from the ban right now.
Who's that?
Her and her.
Rosen and TJ?
Whoever he doesn't ban of that, I'm probably going to deploy. See, she's so tanky, I want to do the healer with her, because I feel like they can just keep her alive forever. Like Leanna and Hilda, it's like you can't even kill them. And then we'll put her out. You know what? I got a good plan.
Zerida.
Okay.
So, as a preview, Spartacus has Landius and Zerida. Tristan has Hilda right now.
Now let's see if he's gonna take my healers. What do you think?
Oh, it looks like Johnny made it, Flair says in the YouTube chat. Good. I'll see if I can catch some of that after this.
So I think he's gonna ban the healers. He's gonna get us on the turn right now.
And Licorice will be your primary healer? He didn't do it.
So I'm gonna probably do that.
Yeah.
So I don't have active now.
You want her to have a faction buff too.
Yeah.
For stacks.
He banned Green there.
He's trying to narrow down your DPS.
So if I ban a healer, he's forced to put out a healer. He has no faction buff for her. I don't want to teleport. And I don't super want him running around, but I don't think.
Hilda's pretty Elven proof. I'd be more worried about Yulia.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to the So who do I want? Do I want my active and healer? Or do I want the push anyway?
Personally, I like Florentia,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have Ares or someone who can really plow through your guard to get at her. As long as you don't leave her dangling out for Zerida to get her.
Yeah. Especially if she's got a fucking stinger.
She'll probably have a stinger. I think it's usually safest to assume she has a stinger.
Is Deedlit? Tensei?
No, she's not.
I don't like this. Probably these two. Maybe Licorice.
Yeah.
Or maybe her.
You're gonna want something. You need to be able to kill either or both of his tanks.
Oh, I can beat
Which-
up
Jessica, in a best case scenario, can take care of the tanks.
I'm gonna go for her just because they all have a faction move.
Mhm.
It's pretty good. Now I've got. I don't know what I'm gonna have left now. here's a question. Who's gonna do that? What do you think here?
Another healer would be a lot, but it gives you a lot of act agains.
I don't
Personally,
think
you
she's
know,
gonna do anything.
no.
Well, what's she gonna do? She doesn't need a faction buff because they all have it. But I feel like 2 healers is always a bad thing. But acting and acting.
It gives you a lot of act agains. If you think she's more valuable to you than Freya.
Okay, so let's put her here. Let's put her there. This is a very sketchy team. Okay, what do we want on her? Molders? Probably? Or Phalanx? Probably Phalanx, right? There's no magic there, except for him.
Right, so what's going to be attacking you?
Nothing. Right?
Really just him.
Nothing, so I guess I'll just leave him. That's fine on her. I don't think I'm going to need a single heal. What about a gospel? Everyone's going to have a merit. We don't need gospel. Yeah, that's probably fine. 2 single heals though, that's stupid. She does, actually, she's going to gospel herself.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't need this. She can do this.
Yep, Dark Dragon Breath.
She's probably good. So let's oh, Hilda. Okay, so Hilda is going to get probably ranged attack. So Broken Arrow.
Sure.
Because, like, he's going to be ranged, and she's going to be ranged if she attacks her ever. She won't do it at the beginning.
Yeah, maybe later.
I feel like this is setting up to be, like, a really, like, tricky match. Like, I'm going to have to do tricky act again, sneako stuff.
Yes, I mean, that's why you bring those act agains. Really, what he's going to be trying to do is
Killing everybody with Zerida.
sniping around your tank with Zerida, which, remember, he can't crit the first time. Against Licorice or Jess, he might not need to crit, or Florentia, he might not need to crit.
Yeah.
He can also shut down your tank with Jugler.
I'm going to probably move. Oh, he's got Mythic Realm, but oh, look, he got Mass Protect. Why did he do that? You know what we need? We need a TJ Nukathon. That's what we need.
Well, with Act Again shenanigans, you have the potential for many TJ nukes.
Yeah, I just gotta not get caught. Who's charging in? I think I'm not going to do that. No. Probably just leave her there.
This is so weird being behind because I'm getting a sneak preview of what's happening on your screen. But I want to show the stream the skills setups and stuff. So yeah, though, Spartacus, his only real DPS is Zerida and the Sage. I guess Sage is a good magical DPS when push comes to shove. So he's got Liana with Mass Protect. He's got Horse Landius with Lance Soldiers. Zerida's being buffed by Sage here, so Sage doesn't have his 2-line. Standard Jugler with Lobsters. Tristan brought Hilda with Broken Arrow to protect against some range attacks from Zerida or more likely Sage. Licorice with Dark Dragon Breath, and then of course the 2 healers, both of them with Act Again. Leanna's still good for all-round content after 2 years. Yes, Leanna is still one of the top-tier healers. It's hard to beat her kit. She has Act Again, she has Gospel, she has Shrine Maidens, which makes her relatively bulky for a healer, so yeah, Leanna's still up in the mix. Small, who is Kong's money on? I feel like I have to put my money on Tristan because he's my brother and he's sitting within punching distance, so... That's the thing about Zerida, right? She can zone you and make you feel the pressure. Well, Landius is guarding everyone right now. Meanwhile, Tiaris. Yeah, Tiaris has a great PvE kit still, I think. Attack Blessing, especially if you have a Jugler plushie, and Miracle, and her talent. You still do sometimes see her around in PvP, just not as much as you used to. There are so many really good healers now. Who, Jessica? Yeah, you need Jessica to not die. Of course, if he loses Zerida, then...
He doesn't have any heals after that.
Right, you can kind of take your time picking them out.
Well, the only thing control her is shot.
Right, so with his Alhazard up, he's pressured to do something this turn or let it wear off. So Tristan's staying clustered up in the back here.
I want her to get the stacks too.
Wish I could see Danger Zone. So Spartacus is set up around his Landius here, inching forwards, pressuring with Zerida, positioning with Zerida. I see Triska chatting in Discord. Her first match must not have showed up.
Yeah, that's nice.
You might... Yeah, I don't know how you feel about baiting Zerida out with someone.
I might just have to just let her hit someone but then her.
Right. I think
Just move her up here and just leave him.
if you were going to sacrifice someone, would it be Licorice? Right. Like put some terrain out, let her kill Licorice, and then make sure though if she gets the kill on Licorice, she doesn't have the mobility to get back to a tank. So still stay pretty far back.
How many moves does she go after? She doesn't have any moves.
Yeah, with Alhazard,
Oh,
I-
blow?
It's not listed under there. It's listed under Pal Hazard, which she doesn't have honor right now.
I don't think she gets them. Oh yeah, after eliminating enemies. Okay, so she
Yep.
could move. So she could go. She probably could go.
So if you're going to be baiting her out, you want to be baiting her as far into your territory as possible. Yeah, the Actigens could be clutch, and Tiny Jess is, of course, always a scary playmaker, but being backed into a corner by the threat of this well-guarded Zerida, something's got to give. How's the volume anyway? Last time I had the mic turned down a little bit because there was well-lubricated Tristan hype in that video. And we were overloading the mic. I'm not sure if that's still a problem for this stream. Slightest bit low. Feynard, you're in the playoffs too, aren't you? Did your opponent not show up? Bronze 1? Alright. Well, you're doing alright. It's certainly possible. That's a good bait. Yeah, she won't crit.
We'll know if it is.
Alright,
She's got a bruise on both. She just got a bruise and she got flash over her.
I adjusted the game volume down a little bit and the mic volume up a little bit, so hopefully that will help. Hey man, Bronze 1 is still worth free rewards every week, so can't complain about that. So Tristan's leaving Liana exposed here for Zerida. Hoping that the Shrine Maidens and Hilda's no crit talent might be able to salvage that. Yeah, Tristan's entire game plan kind of revolves around what this Zerida's doing. Getting to gold 3 isn't too bad. It's really more of a grind than anything. I think as long as you win like a third of your matches, then you progress up the ranks. So yeah, it's really more of a time invested rather than, you know, skill or anything like that. Eventually, though, once you do get up to gold 3, then you can kind of qualify into it for future seasons. So we've still got quite the standoff here. Spartacus has a little bit more presence in the middle. But Tristan always has dangerous pivots here with 2 Actigens, Jessica with her teleport. Mhm.
If he moves her, then I'll go in. She could go to here and go in to here. At least hit something. If she moves, I might do that one, but I can do it my partner. Actually, she can't. She had to rush past the thing. That'll be okay though.
So he may be planning to bring Jugler up to support Zerida. Like if he does splash in on the trees underneath your Hilda. It doesn't look like he's immune to fixed. I don't think he has a bracer on, so...
Here and drop this. Just so it's there.
It's something.
Because I want to get off, right? I think I will do that. Because then that will... Oh no, he would... Would he be immune to fixed if he jumped? I guess he would be.
Why would he be immune to fixed?
Because jumping gives him immune to fixed.
Oh, right, with Great Dragon Barrier effect.
I don't think he do that. See, if he jumps, obviously he's hurt him. And then can...
Mm-hmm.
And she can't do anything. She can only attack her. So he's got... Those are the initial see what he does. Because she can only kill her. And then he can't move back. Because he can't get close enough and not dead. And if he jumps...
So Spartacus, this is kind of what you've been hearing us talking about. Spartacus act again on the Jugler. Presumably getting ready to move up. Either with a splash to back Zerida up. Or to give Zerida a tank to run back to if she decides to come in against Leanna. Yeah, Gold 3, once you get to Gold 3, I find it's kind of a toss-up between matches that you can probably win pretty easily and matches where, you know, you're just against someone who's en route to Langrisser, so definitely more of a coin toss once you get up to Gold 3. There are still a lot of fun matches in Gold 3, though. So Tristan just laying down some tiles to dissuade Jugler from coming in. Hilda and Leanna are still blocking, or they're the front lines against this Zerida right now. So Jugler actually opting out of coming in. Next turn. As long as you have time and space to do nothing.
I do.
You are...
But she's just gonna hit him, right?
Yes.
Get healed.
Yep.
So it's pointless.
Yep.
Now she gets to fucking do her thing. But she will do it all day. So can she, and so can she. No, she can't. No, he doesn't have an active time, so...
Laurentia with the rush on Licorice there, opening up some positioning options for Tristan to react to wherever this goes. Well, Tristan, I can see why you want to change your box to something that
Yeah, of course, shit.
that rushes. Because having to deal with 20 to 30 minutes of...
This. Every ladder match.
Okay, so he's moving back with his Zerida. Yep, very careful positioning on both sides. He obviously didn't want to risk giving up his Zerida for just Leanna, or a chance at Leanna. Refreshing his Alhazard. He still has turn priority, so remember wherever you leave your characters. At the start of next turn, he has his Alhazard and Zerida ready. Not necessarily. I mean, you're backed into a corner, but...
Yes, he's blocked. I'm just carding her all the time. And I can't get any of it.
That's the thing. If you... Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that right now.
I mean, that's an
I
option.
can move her there, fine, and then she can act again, and she can get 3 hits. I'll kill one, that'll kill him completely. And then she's got no protection.
Jugler's not guarding.
He just moved. See, I don't want to heal. Maybe I do it. Maybe I move it here and we can move him.
Well, that's, the thing is, if you don't open with something, you're really just waiting for him to do so. The other thing is, though, if you put her there, then she's in Zerida range. That's alright. So he'll have to heal. That's true.
But can she kill him? Does he have heal? I mean, I can act now. She's got no protection. She's not open. Who was here? I wasn't protecting me. Not well.
Juggler's not full.
At least I can move her out at the very least.
I guess if she heals the team, Juggler will be full.
So, now do I just follow these ones? So he's got to go around them.
Yeah.
So she can just attack her and her. So I can move her out if I want. I can even hold her here.
Teleport her out. So Tristan with a prod at Landius.
Put her there.
This is the thing about Act-Agains. Tiny Jess is in the danger zone here, but he has the ability to bail her out with one of his Act-Again healers. Or I think Florentia is the only Act-Again he has access to right now.
So he can't attack me right now. Just hold it. Other than burn her 3C.
You put some damage up.
Yeah, I guess.
In the terrifying event that this goes to overtime and the damage tiebreaker, at least that will have done something for you. So Liana topping up both of these tanks here. Spartacus back to how he started.
So Verda can only attack her, and if she does, she'll very far away.
Yep, that's right. I don't think he'll go for that anyway. I'd be surprised. He's not feeling the pressure right now.
The pressure will be when we're together. Then
Yeah.
I don't know if that even really favors me, to be honest.
So, Zera. You'll have a teleport if you act again her.
I should use it.
Doesn't Flo have another one?
Well, I can, but it'll cover her, right?
Yeah, that's
I guess
right.
I'll just put her down here. Having a team of squishy casters and a Gyarados is pretty stupid.
So this is the turn where both these teams are going to be forced into each other. They've both got the fog to their backs. Closing the gap favors Spartacus because it will allow Zerda to be able to have a choice of targets.
I just can't get to that fucking Zero. That's the problem. Get to it. Nope. What's this? That's interesting. That's not something new. What are we doing?
Hoping to let the fog do its job next turn, since you can't move.
Well, it's only her. She didn't. Well, she doesn't act again. I thought she did.
Next turn.
Well, I'm listening to this. So I'm not doing anything different than the company. And I'll do her AFT. And I'll do everything. That'll be nice. Cover the whole thing with dials. And if I was right there and do it. Should I attack with her?
It'll heal. Well, I guess his team's full. Yeah, attacking will.
Ship him? Oh no, he's probably a lot of damage to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother. I don't think you'd do enough damage to cover what his hat would heal back.
Yeah. That jump might have been a problem. Though it's only one, but he can beat shot though too.
Ideally, he wouldn't be alive. So Spartacus is going to go ahead and pull the trigger, diving Juglar directly into the middle of Tristan's team, freezing Liana, Florentia, and Hilda here. Which is going to be trouble for Liana, because next turn the fog is moving into her position. So if this Juglar isn't pushed back or killed,
You know what I can do next time? I can end this turn with her. If he did, then with the buff. And then I'm gonna hit him with this. And she's super good at if she doesn't have her immunity and she ends up turning on the head, we're always gonna go after her. Look, see if he dies. Oh, he's got that stupid thing. Oh, fucking stupid Twilight Star.
I thought you had a bracer on everyone.
Twilight Star went right through it.
Oh, that's right, because you're
Oh.
mixed troops.
Yeah, I need to put it in there. Let's do this. No, invulnerable, everything. That's great. Everybody's invulnerable.
Tristan's muttering to himself.
Well, this is gonna be the Hail Mary.
Yeah, Spartacus's Sage will have 3C. He hasn't used it yet.
If this doesn't work, I'm dead. That helps.
It does help.
And she's trapped. And they're guarded. So that was pretty good.
Can Landius get in there? To here? No.
But she can.
She
no,
can.
Look, she can. I'm gonna get her and her with Jessica.
Yep, hopefully.
Yeah. Hilda blocks anyone from being displaced, right? What's the range on that? Look. Is this gonna do anything? Nice. No, don't block her. I'm gonna do that. That'll really fuck her in. She'd have to go all the way down there. But she can't.
I mean,
She'll have to go there.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll really trap her. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna do this.
Not anymore.
Good thing I got that on.
Yep.
I guess I'll wait so I can get an active game for next round.
So Tristan creating tiles on the entire battlefield here.
Look, she's super stuck. I might have to move.
Spartacus Zerda was able to finish that Liana, thanks to Twilight Star,
Am I in
and then
poison?
move into guard.
I'm not in the poison here, right?
No.
I hit her first. Hit her.
Where can she go?
She's on my way there.
It's up to you.
Because she don't hit her. She's like, oh wait, she hurt. Did that count for last rites or no?
I don't think so.
I think I'm just gonna hit her. I think going here and hitting her is the right move. Oh, that's cute.
That is cute. So Spartacus going for the Sage 3C, which is going to put some area damage out, but not push anyone, because of Hilda's anti-displacement talent.
Because look, if she goes there, we can hit her. If
Yep.
she goes there, and move down here. Oh, she's dead. And let's kill her. How do we do that?
I think he probably knew that he had to. Yeah, I don't know if he knew that was going to happen or not.
So now I'm gonna put Hilda here.
That will open up Jess.
Because I want to start doing this is the middle.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
She have her two guard up? Yes.
So Spartacus's Zerda is kind of cornered back here in the fog now. He has to move around.
You know what the problem is? The problem is gonna be fucking this asshole and his thorns. What can I do with her? Maybe I'll put her here. And force him to attack. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Put her there. 'Cause he's gonna want her to kill her. And I'll hit Landius. Don't focus. And heal.
That's really good.
That's good. Well, look, she's got a regen too.
So Tristan putting some pre-damage on Zerda here, and silencing Landius in the process. That is just in case she had last rites active. He didn't want to overcommit with his main DPS first and not being able to kill her. I think Tristan's Jessica would probably be able to kill Zerda from full anyway. And Spartacus just goes ahead and uses Alhazard in the fog, so Zerda is gonzo. I'm not sure if that was just his way of conveniently getting rid of her since she was toast anyway. He could have moved her around and forced Tristan to do something with Jessica. Maybe he didn't notice that was fog. Maybe he thought that was like Licorice's tile effect. So now Tristan's taking this opportunity to move out to the center and start claiming some territory here. It is going to be one of those matches after all. Oh, spoiler. Spoiler!
Nice. That's my first win ever in the playoffs.
First win ever in the playoffs.
That's a good one.
Congrats.
That was very...
Congrats, bro.
That was not how I usually play. Okay, what do we think of this? You know what I'm gonna do? So do you want to pick a Talent Buster?
If you have full confidence in them.
He's gonna have a juggle.
Yeah.
Who kills juggle?
I don't know.
Maybe I'll stick with my blocks.
I'd stick with your game plan.
But I'm gonna do that because I think that's gonna throw him off.
Frozen Max. Small, cough up the money. Cough up that $1.
No, it's not over yet. See,
That's true, it's not over yet.
He really likes his language, so I think that's gonna really throw him off. This is it. Who I need to bring on this is fucking this asshole. He's ruining us on this map.
Yeah.
But I'll get. I'm not. Oh, we didn't like that. Oh, we didn't like that.
I didn't like that.
Okay, so who's the biggest problem?
To be honest, Bozel and Ares are both problematic because they fly.
I think I like that. You know what I don't like? You know what? I'm gonna
Are you sure? Zerda's not as strong on this map. Ares can go anywhere.
I don't want to be ranged out like that again. That was so annoying.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna pick my jungler first. Maybe I'll pick Hilda. She was good.
Small is confident in his man going the distance in the long game.
You know what? Fuck him. I'm gonna put him out. I like him. I probably shouldn't have done that. I really want my poses. That's what I really want. I would love to be able to look over here.
You could have picked her first, and then just let him choose your tank.
Yeah, but I don't like that.
Tristan going with first ban Landius. He didn't like that Landius in the last round.
No, he was too powerful.
So he's gonna give Spartacus Jugler. And Spartacus banning Tiny Jessica. He did not like Tiny Jessica's long distance potential last time.
Oh, that's who we're getting. This is gonna be interesting. So I want Yulia going, and here it's going. Actually, no, I might. Well, that's easy. Then I'll ban her and her.
Tristan banning some scary DPS.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that. But he doesn't have a gospel. Well, he's got D-Blood, but he can't put out D-Blood because he won't take a healer. I think
Tristan
that's
was
the right play. Oh, no,
Very
he's got
uncomfortable
Perseus.
getting zoned out by Zerida last game.
I think that's the right play. I'm gonna do this because I would want to.
Yeah, that's kind of a way of banning Hizareen and Bozel without actually
Right.
banning them.
Right. And her. Or him, because he can't really do much. With no faction buff, he can't do shit. And he has no faction buff left for him, except for... Oh, he doesn't have one. He can gospel, that's it. Or he can teleport. So now he has to play the healer, or he doesn't have a healer. Because if he doesn't play healer, I'm taking his healers. Now I can do whatever I want.
You do need a way to
Yeah, but-
kill...
I can debuff her.
Yeah, debuff is good against against
So-
Yulia too.
We don't want a gospel. And we don't want an Ares. Or how about we don't want
Sage buffs Jugler and Yulia, don't forget that.
why don't we do this? I don't like Ares running around though.
No, I think that's fine. I think
That? Him with no faction buff, is he really that dangerous?
positionally he can be, but you can take care of him depending on what DPS you get out.
Because he doesn't have a lot of debuff removal. I mean, he's got her, but he can't block anything. So if I get heal reversals and stuff,
Mhm.
Bozo up next if I can. I'm gonna debuff it.
I really doubt you can.
Maybe Licorice. You know who else wouldn't be bad? Would be, well, no, I don't know. Another tank wouldn't be bad to block her from trying to kill me. Like Freya wouldn't be bad.
Freya wouldn't be bad against her.
Hilda wouldn't be bad either. Oh, I'm gonna get Bozo. That's who's coming.
Yep.
Team debuff.
Yep, that's fair. So Spartacus forced to pick a healer on that turn. He went with Iris.
So Bozo's useless, Marine's useless, so these are the only two characters that are...
Bozo can get a faction buff from
but
the
he can't do
Sage.
anything.
Yeah, he kind of can.
I think that's right. She nullifies those two characters completely.
Yep. As long as he doesn't have both, which he can't because his last
Right.
pick.
I think that's the right play. Now either get a healer or a tank. I would take Florentia too, because she can get a buff. I can bring her faction buff. I'd take Freya too, because then she gives me a buff for Juggler, and she gives me a second tank in case Yulia kills him. No. Ooh, I can take Hilda. Who does Hilda buff? No one? Doesn't buff anybody there, right?
No, she doesn't.
Then I'll take Freya. Because Freya gives me a faction buff for Juggler and a heal. Does Hilda have any advantage here?
Main advantage of Hilda is thorns and molders.
Now, who should I bring? What should I bring on Juggler to counter Yulia?
Well, the main way to counter Yulia with Juggler is not to get hit by her.
But what troop? Probably just the lobsters.
I'd say lobsters. As long as he's in water.
Bozo, I should definitely get flying, right? Because you never know when you're gonna get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? I should have brought Hilda because of his bullshit.
Yeah, but that might not come into play.
Okay, she's gonna bring 3C.
So Tristan gets Reen out for debuffs.
I think I'll bring Miracle.
Seeing Spartacus doesn't have tons of debuff removal. Sage removes debuffs, and Iris has some debuff removal with her 3C. But Tristan's going to have Reen and Bozel, actually, so that gives him kind of a big 1-2 punch. Juggler can heal back AoE, obviously, but AoE is going to be a way to eventually try to chip this Yulia down.
Do I want to bring the Flyers? What else does he have?
I don't think there's any compelling reason not to use the Flyers, is there?
No. His troops suck. Now what about her? Should I bring Bishops? I think I should keep those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna move her first. And she's got...
So Spartacus going with Bozel last. Possible attempt to overwhelm the Rosenseal and Juggler, but I don't know how much of an impact he's going to have.
Okay, I feel good about this one. I feel better about this than the last one. Probably lose this one.
And Tristan, given a choice of 2 tanks for his last slot,
Okay, so
opts for Freya over Hilda because Freya can faction buff Juggler.
the nice thing about the Sage bringing the faction buff is then he doesn't have his other stupid skill.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
look,
right.
He brought the 3 skills.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna... Okay, she's gonna move here.
So he can
Move there.
he can teleport Yulia too.
And do this.
Yulia is going to be faction buffed. So he's got Sage here who can faction buff the whole team, basically. Bozel, Yulia, and Juggler.
He's only got 1 tank. I could pin him. But he just breezed his unit out and mine. I'm gonna go here and then there.
You having 2 tanks does give you kind of a backup plan against
You know
this
what,
Yulia.
though? I cannot get caught back here. Gotta move my ass. Now the question is, do I want to teleport? Do I want to transform Reen right away? I think the answer is yes. Something's going on.
Yeah, that's the noise called a Doberman outside. Doesn't matter if there's something out there or not. So standard Jugler, Yulia with all 3 spells. He's got single target skill on Bozel, so not necessarily attempting to be a mass debuffer. He'll buff himself up and then try to do some magical damage to one of those tanks. Standard Iris loadout, and of course Sage with his faction buff. This Yulia caught a breeze, and Tristan is, again, kind of setting up in his corner a little bit, but bearing in mind what happened with the last match,
We're not staying in the corner.
he does not want to stay holed up for too long. So one thing that would have been nice about picking Hilda last instead of Freya for Tristan in the pick ban is that it would prevent Sage from pushing the team around later in the game. That may or may not be something that comes into play once we start getting into the middle here. I still don't have a great understanding of how Freya works.
What do you mean?
She just does a bunch of fixed damage.
Pretty much, so if the character's immune to fix, she does nothing. She
Yulia.
stands there and takes hits. But if you're not immune to fix, she can do a lot of damage. She can do a shocking amount of damage, especially to like casters and stuff.
So Yulia probably has her med ring. It's usually safe to assume that she's going to be immune to fixed.
You know what, I'm gonna go right here. Because it is time to move.
I'm not sure if the stream can hear the Doberman barking or not. It's loud to us because we're sitting right here.
What I need to do is be able to go 1-2 and just debuff his whole team to death.
Mm-hmm. If he gives you the positioning for that.
She jumps like in sleeper. She's got no immunity to sleep. Right? She doesn't have any immunity to that. I can sleep. I can sleep her if she tries to jump in. I just need to make sure she doesn't hit him or she'll kill him. Because he's a demon.
Mm-hmm.
But if I keep him around here, they can't get to him, right?
Right.
If I keep him, like, she could range, well, she's guarding. So if he goes here, she's guarding. So I can move him all the way in. And she can't get him. This prayer's guarding him. Right? If she did her stupid gospel, it wouldn't block her from guarding, right?
It would.
Really?
Yeah.
Before battle. After battle, being godly medicine.
Within 2 blocks.
But it wouldn't be before the battle, it's after battle, right?
But if she comes in and godly menaces Jugler, then on her next turn she'll be able to attack
Yeah,
whoever
but
she
just
wants.
move him out there, right?
His mobility would be -3 there,
Really?
because it's within 2 blocks
I
of
can
Yulia's. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, I can just sleep when she does that. I think, you know what, it might be go time.
Cecil won his match. GG, Cecil, congratulations. Top 128.
Oh, look. What's that gonna do? Doesn't do much. No,
Setting up tiles, yeah. Now that'll give him a way to move Yulia in and back, for example.
I think I'll just move him back where he was. Or should I wait? I think I'll...
Yeah,
maybe I'll move her
do
up.
shit with your tanks first.
Maybe I'll
'cause
move
if-
her up.
Yulia comes in, you want to have that sleep up your sleeve.
Maybe I'll put her right there. Yeah, I want the tanks like beside each other. Because then I can put her there in 3C and then die. she moves, if I put her like up there on 3C, the healing is like off the charts. And then I can just do that. I don't want him to kill me in shot. Don't she need him to sleep and she's dead? Or effectively dead.
I think if you were to do that, if you sleep Yulia, if she comes in and you sleep her, he'll bring Jugler in to protect her.
I might put her up there and 3C her. Because there's almost no reason not to do that. The fog is like a mile away.
Yep, you have enough turns.
So I think I'll do that, because that gives me a ton of healing. I kind of want him to... What if he even... Oh look, he brought that.
Yeah, he brought his buff and
That never
single
really does
target.
anything, though.
So Tristan just bringing his Bozal in to hug
Oh,
the
look.
tanks.
Oh, he's jumping. Where's he going? Interesting.
Jumping back.
That's a big thing to go. Wow.
Well, he can teleport him in still.
I guess. Well, it's not gonna do. Don't I got both my tanks in there.
It does give him a 1-2 on you. So he can teleport in, shut down your tanks, and then, I guess, kill one of your tanks with Yulia?
Do you think 3C? Then I have no healing.
There's no rush.
Maybe I should just move him. Like,
What are you doing with your Jugler?
I don't know yet. I might jump him if I have to.
Okay, so then
But he
Reen.
can't really jump anywhere.
No.
But I might pin him or something if he moves him. So
Well,
why not just put Reen here? I think that's probably the best move.
okay.
But then I can't use him, but he's only got one turn left too. We gotta get his shit going. We can go next round while we hit them.
Having Bozal sleep available to you this turn is probably more important than having Reen's. So Tristan's staking a tank position in the center of the map here. Figuring that this Yulia is going to do something devastating with these tanks, but it's just a question of which one.
I hope she can't kill Juggler. Juggler needs to be healed probably.
She can probably kill Juggler.
She does, so I can sleep her unless...
So Spartacus jumping his Jugler back.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
That'll heal Juggler to full. So his last round to full.
Yeah, which you need.
And all their debuffs are full. See if he really jumps. If she moves, I'll pin her. And then I'll nail with the boss.
You just need to make sure that their Jugler can't get into guard range of the Yulia if she does.
But I don't really care if they guard her. I'm not gonna attack her. I'm just gonna debuff the shit out of her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or sleep her, right? So I don't care if he guards. Reen's gonna get supposed.
Tristan moving Reen in. Just to make sure he has his healer and Jugler available to him in case Spartacus does anything sneaky this turn still.
He doesn't clock either, so he's got nothing. He can't do anything for 5 rounds.
Five rounds is only turn 8.
But you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have a lot of... Like, if he still had his...
Yep.
If he clocked it, he'd have more options, but now he can't, so he can't do anything.
So Spartacus opening with Bozal Black Hole here. Jugler heals most of the damage, and it looks like
He's thinking
all of the debuffs
he's
were...
thinking about teleporting anyway. That's what he's thinking.
Yep.
帝国の敵を倒すのです
Only place she really can go is
She's
places she
guarding.
can reach anyway.
She's guarding everybody. He's guarding 2 people. Well, I guess he's not guarding because it's magic, right? He won't guard. Will he guard her if she attacks?
If he's adjacent?
If he doesn't have his magic guard. Oh, look, he's teleporting. Where's she gonna go? What's that gonna do?
It will shut down your tanks for next turn. If he Godly Menaces either one of these.
What am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna jump him right there.
What does that get you?
It gets her hurt. And I feel like I need to jump with him now, don't you think? But
I
if
would
jump
save your jump to get out of Godly Menace. Wouldn't you?
Here, you can't godly menace him. Do you think if she just attacks him, he's gonna die though? He won't guard. She's only gonna hit him. But then he might kill her. Fuck, I don't know what to do. He's not. He can black hole, but he's not gonna be able to sleep. He's gonna be able to reach.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of water. I think I have to jump. I think I have to jump.
Jump?
Here.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just end your turn because it expires your water and your Triton. Jumping refreshes that shit at least.
Right. But if I can go here, at least I'll hit them, right?
Yeah. And you have Freya doing the job of a tank now.
There. That's something. And if he goes here, I can hit him with the black hole. If he goes here, I can't. But then he's starting to get exposed. Because next round, it's going to be this and this. Although he's going to I'll probably have to move him to here.
So Spartacus teleports Yulia one space down into position.
Oh, look. I don't think that's going to kill her. Useless. She's probably gonna die, but do I care? Because now he can. Oh look, he pinned himself. I think I'm gonna go here. And now I can move to this and sleep her, and now I can worry about her bullshit. And then I can do that. I think that's probably the best option. I don't really need her. I just need one of them.
Well, that's the point of having her,
But I don't really want.
is to suck up a hit.
I don't want to have a character die either.
No, other than that will extend Reen's transformation.
That's true. That's actually a good point. Because you know what, if he attacks and clocks, it might be, that might be it. Because I don't think he can.
If he goes first before someone
he's
dies,
gonna kill him.
then it'll silence. So if you let him kill Freya first before you move Reen,
Yeah. Okay. Now I think I should.
so you have extended Reen time, and both of Yulia's big skills are gone.
So now I think I should.
Check your Jugler's buffs, because she just proc Odin hat. He has physical guard.
He can't be shocked. He lost his water. I could refresh it and just let him burn turns.
You could do that.
Ooh. He can move anywhere. Ooh, that's not good.
Well, Rosen has a revive.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He could kill him. He needs to move
He's
here. He needs to go there. If he can get there, he can kill him.
yeah, get within Jugler's guard, and yeah. So Yulia the Cannonball has come in.
Pray for RNGesus. Did we see any RNGesus? Ooh, that's something. Ooh, he can't move as far now. Nothing great. Can't be buffed. Oh, can't be. He's gonna
That's a
use this
huge,
thing now.
huge
Yeah, he's gonna use this thing now.
Yeah.
But look, there's a bunch of debuffs, right? So who knows? And then there can be more debuffs if I want.
Iris is
she's
3C.
Do you think she's worth sleeping now that she's blown her 2 skills? All she has is her ranged skill. Obviously, I don't know. It's okay. What if it's sleeping here?
She still has. Yeah, I mean, sleeping Jugler is better than sleeping. Yulia only has discipline now. So Freya's down. That refreshes Reen's transformation counter.
Or should I just land with this? I can't hit all of them.
Remember, Iris has her 3C coming up, which does 3 debuffs. So
This is gonna get a
that would add a lot
It
more,
does.
which would be good because it might make Iris not dispel the can't be healed. That's the point, right? That's the point of bringing Bozel and Reen, is to just have an overwhelming number of debuffs.
There's some debuffs. No clocks, so that's not good. Not getting clocks might be my downfall.
So Reen gets heal block and buff block on Yulia. Buff block on Bozel. Buff block.
Okay. to just do my this.
It's not a bad thing. So she can heal now, but she can't be healed.
With B shot? Can that kill her?
No, not with that attack.
But it'll go up with B shot. I think it's probably worth doing. But if she dies, she's dead. You don't think that's worth trying? Damage dealt decrease can have defense minus 20. I think I've got to try it. Why did she heal? What healed her?
Godly Menace?
No. It said deals fixed damage. Where's the... Why did she heal?
If she had Godly
Deals
Menace.
Oh. Deals fixed... Oh, and restores... I didn't even read that. I'm stupid.
She's still below revive threshold.
I can sleep her.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Do you want to sleep her or Jugler?
Jugler can't do anything.
He can guard everyone else
He
though.
did his B shot. I think I want to do it and hit the clock. Make sure it's not going to fail. Yeah, I think I want to do that. That neutral is his big time. But now I just wait for him to get his
That's
skill
the
back.
thing, you need to be able to do something too.
Well, I also want her to get out of that and get back into the fight. She got left. Okay, that's good.
So that's the other thing. Old Kong has a stream deadline. This stream's only going to be open for about another 20 minutes because I have a pizza date. So if Spartacus wins this round, it's going to be a suspenseful cliffhanger.
There's some D-Dust for you.
Yeah, that's good.
But now he's useless for like for damage.
And you have no way to get him to safety. So Tristan's sleeping Yulia to keep her out of the action for a turn, and gets the clock, so he will have another sleep available to him.
That didn't hit most people. He sees he's getting healed up. And now I can bring her in.
That's
So
right.
Something.
And that's the center.
What I can try with this turn. He's making it hard for him to move.
Yeah, I mean the two jugglers is the left side, and then your Bosel is the right side.
But you know what I mean?
Yep,
Like maybe I just try to fucking move there.
moves there and there. Then at least some of his characters will die in the fog once it catches up to you.
So I think I sleep again now. I think that's the right decision.
Yeah. She's the one who
Just keep knocking
can
her out of the
hurt
fight.
your jugler the most.
Yeah.
If she's heal reversed though, attacking her, well, her godly menace is probably gone by now.
Oh yeah, look at her though. I feel like she's gonna wake up and kill me. Because he's running out of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna put him in there. Into her there. And then I've got all
So
my
Reem
characters.
gets heal reversal back on this Yulia.
I've all attacked with him.
Refreshes his Triton. Jugler's still in decent shape here.
Is he guarding? He's not guarding. Reem can kill her.
He is zoning you hard with that Sage, though.
I think it's good. He's got no DPS. All he's got is Bozo, and I've got no
And
DPS.
Sage
Yeah.
sitting in the middle of the map. That's
But
your
I've got-
that's
anyway,
your big
that
vein
was-
right
that
now.
That was the move of the match right there.
Yep.
If I get movements over there, he can get out.
So Tristan refreshes the sleep, doesn't clock it this time. So that's pretty much Bozel.
No, it means silence. What a bomb. Ooh, that was interesting. I'm not sure why we do that, but didn't want to do a lot. So we can move over here and. Now it's just a rolling game. If she dies in the fog, it's gonna be. Should I attack her? I could attack that bullet.
This is Jugler still not guarding.
No.
Will you do more damage than you'll take?
I don't know.
Because he wants you to be chipped.
I think that's okay. So yeah, then what I'm saying. Yeah, he took more, he did more damage than he did. Now what?
So Tristan's able to move his Reen around and finish that Yulia off, since Jugler was not guarding there.
He's still not guarding.
So Reen falls out of
Is
his
he guarding?
transformation, sadly,
No, he's guarding.
but Yulia, one of Spartacus's most important DPS, is down.
I think I should just faction buff. Do you think? Just faction buff and we can't really do anything else. I got a attack, but
Do you want to close down that spot?
oh yeah, that's a good idea. You think I should move up there? Then he gets protection too, right?
Yep.
And then we can move in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Oh, Reen can't move in, that's a
Oh yeah.
pillar.
帝国の敵を倒すのです
It still gives you 3 out of the...
Yeah. And the healer.
He'll ultimately try to move or teleport his Bozel into that last spot as well. So it's going to be another center of the map positioning game.
He's got the damage. What's the turn?
Surprise, surprise, since Tristan is playing. Spartacus has about a 30,000 damage lead on Tristan in terms of damage. We're only halfway through the match, though. So there's lots of time for that to swing back and forth.
You know what, I can't
That was a bit of a
3C with
wash.
her, because if I 3C with her, he'll push her into the poison.
She can't be displaced when she's 3C'd.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Check the 3C.
So who do I want to move? Probably him, right? Maybe like attack? Probably the best thing to do.
He's eventually effed.
He's gonna get that on first though.
That's true.
I might as well attack.
It's pressure.
He's gonna hit Juggler, but it's probably something. Who cares?
You took more damage than he did.
Yeah.
That's something you're going to need to start thinking about.
Yeah. I like him in trouble. Well, you know what would be wonderful if I could get him dead.
So Tristan moves around
Once
to
his healer
close
dies-
off.
Once his healer dies, it might be
Another block in the middle.
Ooh, he's going after my Bobo again. He really didn't bring him. I don't think he can hold that side. Unless we know.
Yeah. Your he doesn't like your Bozel because your Bozel's in
Oh,
his
you know
way
what?
up
He's
here.
gonna kill him. Bozo's gonna die. That motherfucker's gonna kill him.
He certainly can.
He's holy. He's gonna kill him. Now, he'll probably kill him.
Is Jugler not guarding it?
No, he can't. He's magic. I think I'm in big trouble.
You can guard Jugler's attack, though. You can guard
No, he's
Jugler's.
gonna lose it.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah.
I think I might be dead.
Oh, shit.
How do I save him?
I don't think you can.
Like, what can I do?
If
I
you
could
come
move
back
here.
down,
What if I move here?
why there and not the pillar?
Because he can attack him.
That's a good point. Yeah, you'll force him out of position.
But look, all his skills are too far away. I could try to heal him.
Just
But
hit
he
the...
can attack, and everyone can attack.
Yeah, no, you want to move him first.
I think I have to try to save him.
You have to get him out of there first.
I think I have to try to save him and go here.
Can he attack Jugler
Yeah.
safely?
Yeah, no reason to yet.
Get a debuff off on him or something?
Go heal a bit, I think. One, or something. Oh, she had no healing on. She doesn't give healing? That's brutal. I think I'm dead. The only chance...
レーゲンブルクのために
Man, oh, that was so bad.
Yeah, Spartacus is focusing down Tristan's Bozal here now. Bozal and the Sage. Once he takes him out, he knows that Reen is silenced for the next couple turns.
Fucking useless already. So useless. Ooh, I got a heal block on Jogo. Nothing, Tristan. Too bad he's gonna die. You know what I could do?
Anything to keep Chip and Jugler's health away.
Look at that. Ooh, oof, that hurts. He didn't even dispel it. He's heal block.
Yeah.
Definitely attack.
It's something. Okay, the fog's finally starting to close in. The third team.
Oh, it wore off. I think I want to move on.
Remember, next turn is fog on that side.
I know.
Bozal can come in safely onto the pillar, but
But do you think it's better to have Reen alive than Juggler? He can't do anything. At least he can do area. I think he's going to move him out because he's useless.
intriguing.
Well, he can't do anything.
So Bozal's able to finally put the last chip into Tristan's Bozal, finishing him off.
I feel like I misplayed this, but I feel like I didn't have. There's nothing I could do. I got unlucky and getting clocks.
It does suck to rely on clock.
But I also didn't get good debuffs. Like that was the first heal reversal I've got the whole game.
So Tristan puts some damage on Jugler here. Gives him heal reversal.
No, look at that. Yeah, good. Look, he didn't even get his 3C back.
Get Jugler in there. And then sacrifice a sacrificial AoE from Reen is the only thing you have left.
Reen's gonna just die.
Well, he will die.
But he's just gonna kill him. Like, he's got his whole team protected now. He's gonna be able to get his whole team in. He'll be able to... Well, no, she can't. Yeah, anyway, I'm fucked. That sucks. Oh,
Maybe.
You know what, I'm gonna do the same thing next round.
It's close on damage.
You know, but I have no damage left.
See what happens.
Oh, I will. Oh, yeah, he's dead. Now I got nothing. But he's dead, isn't he?
Yep.
Why wouldn't he have moved him?
He could have saved him. So that's the thing. You're gonna have... Well, Sage will be able to put the damage on you. That's the thing. You have a tank and healer. He's not gonna be able to save his healer.
She can teleport.
To where?
Can he not teleport to those squares?
No.
Ooh, that's interesting. If he can heal every time he attacks. Look at that.
But healing... Yeah, you're not gonna kill him. It's only a question of whether you can get him on damage.
Well, you know what? He gets his D shot back soon. He might get his 3C back soon, too. So Iris is dead now.
The damage is close enough that if you don't make any weird mistakes... I mean, I don't know if you can overtake him on damage, because his Sage definitely does more damage than your Rosen Seal.
Should I be shocked now or wait?
I think wait until you can get some damage out of it.
But I can now. But this is back. But that'll be back by then too, won't it? Oh, I can't. I have to do it. I have to do that.
If you do more damage than him in this interaction, is all you care about.
I mean, I would.
No, that's not going to matter. You are.
Oh my god, look at that.
Yeah, that's too much. She definitely is not going to do more than the Sage. So Tristan just out-positioned in the ending here. Both teams left with a Jugler and then a side character. Tristan with his healer in Rosenseal. And Spartacus with his Sage of the Trees, who's a fairly competent magical DPS. So having a healer with your tank, knowing that you're going to survive to turn 12, doesn't really help you if the tiebreaker comes down to damage. So yeah, Spartacus is going to easily keep his lead on damage in this one.
Oh my god, it's the same now.
And yeah, unfortunately, as that is 1-1, and pizza come callin' for old Kong, I'm not going to be able to stream the third game of this. And because this one is going long, I'm probably not going to be able to catch the tail end of any other matches after this match either. So we're going to have to catch up on either a video. Pizza, when pizza is more important than your bro. Every time, Lux. Well, here's the thing. Tristan can still win his next game whilst I'm eating pizza. The only thing is I'm unfortunately not going to be here for it. I have every confidence in him. And it'll be exciting for me, too, to watch the replay. If it's super hype, I'm definitely going to make a video of it.
Yeah.
And by super hype, I mean not like the last 2 rounds of positional chess and center grabbing damage overtime bullshit. So yeah, unfortunately, just poor planning on my part. I'm not even going to try to throw Mrs. Kong under the bus for booking this pizza date, because she's amassed so much goodwill from the April Fool's video that if I were to say anything slightly disparaging about her planning abilities, I would get thoroughly roasted. So I'm unfortunately going to have to drop it here. I do have about 5 minutes where I can help Tristan do his pick ban live without this weird 1-minute delay. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in and joining and helping us out, coaching in the chat with those first 2 games. Thanks, Lux, for joining at the last minute and not getting to watch anything. And yeah, stay tuned for a video. I'll probably put together a video of Tristan's last game, as well as some reviews going over some of my Guildies games, since I didn't get to watch those live tonight. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully there will be something interesting in there. And other than that, happy Langrissing, everyone.